welcome to another cost of living crisis video. Welcome, Will.
Thank you, Jack.
This week we are going to look at stigmas and not judging people, and a group in society who are being affected at the moment by the cost of living crisis, who might feel apprehensive about coming to the food bank because of stigmas attached. And basically what it's related to is fuel costs. Well,
yes.
The price of fuel is going through the roof. We're talking about diesel, we're talking about unleaded, we're talking about petrol in this country anyway. And there is an association with food banks that it's people on benefits struggling to heat or eat. Whereas actually there's a huge group of people who are in work, they have a family, they don't have a family, they've got a long commute. Suddenly filling up their car is taking up the majority of their earnings.
Yeah, and the other group that are affected by this is self-employed folk.
Yes.
And I was speaking to a gentleman who is a window cleaner, and you'd think that they would be able to manage the increase in petrol, but actually travelling around doing his job to earn his income is having a huge impact in terms of the fuel crisis. So you're right, Jack, there's a whole lot of people who are doing jobs, managing all sorts of life issues, but the contributing costs that they can't control and none of us can control are things like the gas. But I want to talk about the fuel particularly because you need that as part of your job if you're somebody who has transport as part of your job. And what we're trying to say to folk, and I've already had this conversation this week, is that it's absolutely okay to reach out to us. Because if we can provide you with basic food or whatever food it is that you need to enable you to carry on doing your job, and keep your business going, because things will improve, things will change, but there will be a time period, then we're here to help. And it probably feels uncomfortable if you're in that situation to think, gosh, could I go to a food bank? Well, the answer is yes. We make it very easy for you in terms of how you can approach us, and you can phone us, you can have the conversation, which I have all the time on the telephone, which is part of an encouragement, but also working out how you can access us. So if you want to come when it's not bright sunlight, so if it's in the evening or you want to choose a time where you feel comfortable to come to the side door, so to speak, then let's do it that way. I don't want anybody to think that they are not able to be part of the service that we offer because they have a job.
Yeah, and it really is. It's something that we encounter a lot. And I've met a lot of people who feel that they've somehow failed, but especially during this time, the cost of living crisis, that's the title of this video, it's on the news all the time, after the other news that's going on at the moment. But it really is affecting people, Will, and it's not a failure if you need to come to a food bank. It's not, there's no judgment. Costs are going up. If you need support, even if it's not food, if you just need advice, give us a call.
Yeah, and you're right, we're highlighting various different topics, but advice, and in fact, again, I had another phone call, somebody asking for advice around how to... it doesn't matter what the conversation was about, but it was, we are a source of advice. There's lots of agencies out there that can help and are designed to do that, but some people feel more comfortable to speak to us, and that's great, and we can signpost you to the organisation specifically. But it's about just not sitting there hunkering down thinking, gosh, there's nobody to help, and as you say, Jack, this is my problem, I need to get through it. It's everybody's problem. I know it's difficult for people. I've seen the look on people's faces, and it breaks my heart when they are struggling, and we know, because people like you who are watching this have been super generous to us over the last years, but in the last 2 years it's just been incredible. We can sustain that demand.
And we get a lot of people who feel guilty, say, look, hey, I've donated to you guys, I shouldn't be taking the food, but you have donated, so we have that food to give out. We are here for people who need that little safety net. And
I know we always say it, but the more we give out, the more comes in. Don't sit there and think I will cope and I will manage. We can make life easier. The pressure that it puts on your family, your partner, your children, you might not see it, but they will feel it, and that's really important.
And to that end, if there's anybody watching this, thinking, oh, food banks, they're not great or whatever, or you don't know what your neighbour's going through, don't
judge
about you don't know about anybody's situation. And like we said, people can be in full-time work, but if they need, like your window cleaner, that's a perfect example, living wage is just being crushed and crushed and crushed and crushed. And you can talk about inflation, you can talk about the living wage and national wage, wage increases, wages not increasing, all that kind of stuff. Everybody is being squeezed. And it really is important more than ever not to judge anybody who needs that help. So if you're watching this and you've been thinking, I can't get in touch, please do. If you're not in our catchment area, if you're watching this on the internet somewhere else, get in touch with your local food bank. They will be one there. Very happy to help. That's why they're there. So I think that's probably going to crop up more and more and more during these videos, because the people who are needing support, it's just growing and growing and growing, and essentially everybody now is one bill away from needing that support. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. It is a stigma that we're trying to address at all times at House of Bread. So hopefully that's a help to you or anybody who's watching. Thank you very much, Will, for joining me and talking me through that.
It's good to be having these conversations.
100%.
They're tough, but it's good to be having them.
More important than ever to like and share this video, because you don't know who will see it. You don't know who is struggling, lying awake at night thinking, what can I do? I need that somebody just to say it's okay. It is absolutely fine to ask for help from a food bank. So please do like and share. It does make a difference. Don't forget to check out, if you're interested about House of Bread, the Hob News videos. We've got loads of stuff going on at the moment, so check those. They go up on Sundays. So until next time, we'll stop talking and leave you alone. Goodbye.